Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another episode review. Just before I get into Spy Family, I recently saw a new the first episode for another new series that I found really interesting, and I figure I think I'll cover this one because it looks already I've already been liking this I'm already liking the show already for the first episode, so which I'll get into though. But I think I'll decide to cover this along with Spy Family and a chance of Chainsaw Man as well. So I think that'll conclude my episode reviews for this year. So no, I'll be covering the show that's called Reincarnated as a Sword. Reincarnated as a Sword. It's another one of those isekai animes where the term isekai, where someone been from like modern times sent into a fantasy world, like the time I got reincarnated as a slime, or the one I just saw, which I did not review though because I have so much to review. But one is the one called Harem in the labyrinth of another world, right? Or in another world with my smartphone. Someone sent to from like a modern time to like into a fantasy world like this, or like so I'm a spider, so what? So yeah, like those type of isekai animes, and this one, Reincarnated as a Sword. I thought first of all, I thought the comedy was pure was pure funny, or as a comedy gold, you could say. But I thought it was very funny. I thought the two characters I've enjoyed. First of all, starting off with the sword. We don't know much. We don't know much about the guy who he was before becoming the sword. We just saw a split clip of him getting hit by a truck or a car and him bleeding out. Then all of a sudden he wakes up. He's now a sword now. And first of all, the design of the sword is really cool. I thought the design of the sword, it was really cool looking. How it's a large blade with a blue streak in the middle, and the handle of the sword looks nice. With him has his face is part of the handle, but it's like a kind of like a little dragon face, I think. And he has eyes. He can see and all that stuff, right? And he has like a small dragon face on the handle of the sword. So, and you notice that he's now become a sword now, and he's now in another world. Because he sees all these creatures, like these goblins, are trying to take him, right? And this shows that he's not some bland generic sword. He's actually become a very powerful sword, because it shows that he just takes out all these goblins. He can move, and he can move on his own. He can float. He can do all this stuff, right? He's taken all these goblins all on his own, and also has like that little video game data, like so I'm a spider, so what, or even Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, where it shows the guides of the like how video games are, like shows you the guide things of the other skill levels, right? You can love your skill this, or your skill is this, and it can be leveled up, right? Which I'm making it all. That's too complicated though. But it just shows all his different skill levels, and he gets a boost every time he kills some people. Like even creatures. You say each like creatures have these little crystals. Each one he gets, a certain type of skill gets leveled up, right? And a lot of times he's enjoying himself. He's just enjoying himself getting all these power boosts, right? Like you see his eyes, like he's like all, you can tell he's very happy. He's like even blushing a bit, little details of him, of that stuff. I thought was pretty funny, and he's just taking all these other, like a Goblin King, or all these other variety of different species of creatures, which like this giant rock tortoise, or these other goblins, or this dragon, or this saber tiger, which for some reason, I know this is maybe seem different though, but the look of this saber tiger that he takes out is like this purple, it's like blue, right, with a streak, right? For some reason, it's kind of reminded me of that. at the end of Yashahime, right, of the second season, right, when Inuyasha and Moroha are trying to pay off her debt, right, they find this ice tiger. And for some reason, it kind of looked like that, you know. But sorry. But for some reason, it just reminded me of that, though. I don't know why. But and then also while he's doing all these power boosts, you know, our other main character, this black cat girl. Well, she doesn't have a name though, but it shows like her stats, like she's 12 years old and all that, and she's a cat girl basically, and she's a slave, and like all these other little groups of slaves. So these asshole people, you know, they have these collars on. So if they give them an order, they have to do as they say, right? Like, oh, bow down, and the collar has to activate, tells them to do that, or when this two-headed bear attacks them, right? And these pieces of shit humans, like this one guy says, "Hey, you stand there, you know, be our shield, whatever." So those slaves have no choice due to the collars; they have to stand there and just be killed, you know. And our lead girl, she has no choice but to fight though, and she can't run away, she can't fight due to the collars, you know, obeying the command of that collar, right? And even though she said that she wants to become strong, she wants to evolve, you know, and until the moment where she finds the sword, because there's even part where the sword, you know, like he uses up a lot of his own energy, right? So at times he needs to relax, right? He has like this little stone thing where he puts himself in, you know, like how just to set himself down, right? But sometimes relaxing is more than that, because there's something about how the area where he's in, where he sits at, it's like no other creatures around, and I forget how that small detail how that worked though, but one at least, you know, he wishes to have someone to wield him, right? Until the moment where after the two-headed bear attacks those people, the slaves, killing them, and then our girl, which her name is Fran. Fran finds him, you know, which she can hear him because she can use telepathy or whatever. He can talk to her and tells him, "You want to become strong? Use me, right?" So takes him and kills that two-headed bear, and whatever power strength he gets, it gets put into her because she's wielding him, and the best part of this was it was that slave owner. I love the fact that, oh, give me that sword because you're a slave, and you do as I say because you still have a contract, right? And then just instantly, due to all the skills that the sword has acquired, right? Instantly, he just snapped that guy's neck and burned the contract up with his fire magic. I was like, oh damn, you know. I expected him to I expected like the sword himself to like just go and cut the guy's head off, right? No, he just instantly with the magic, he just snapped that guy's neck and just burned the contract. Like, oh damn, you know. And so then he's talking to her, asking what's her name, saying that she doesn't have a name, but he's asking what was your name before you became the slave, and she has a little quick flash of her parents, and it says Fran, and so okay, your name is Fran, and she says she wants to evolve like none of her people or her dad or her parents wanted to be, right? They failed to do, so the sword agrees to wield him, right? You wield him, I'll make you become stronger and help you evolve. And then you get the fun. And the girl herself, she's a nice girl. She has like that little bubbly, you know, that little ditzy persona, you know, like she's like that, like that. This is the face she gives, like, and then. Because he says, oh, he's saying that, oh, like, how she is, like, she's like, oh, I'm shocked. He's like, you're shocked? Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm calm. He's like, are you calm? I am calm. Just the face she gives, like, she's like, oh, I'm calm. Oh, I am shocked. he doesn't get the sword didn't get that kind of response that he didn't get, though. But But I honestly, the comedy in this like is very funny. Like just how the sword his face because his face is on the sword is part of the sword, right? Just only the little expressions he gives, right? I thought was kind of very funny as well. Like just I was like, oh yay, I have something to wield me now. And so now they're gonna begin on this quest, right? For her to become stronger, for Fran to become stronger. And then since now that she has her name, she wants to give the sword his name, and she calls him Teacher, which I thought that's kind of the fitting thing because because the sword wants to make her become stronger, so he's gonna have to teach her to become stronger. So calling her Teacher, I thought it'd be a fitting name. So if I call it Fran and Teacher, so I'll be calling him Teacher then. Because it's saying the sword, right? So if he gives a name, call him Teacher then. Which is a teacher and a student, right? Basically. I thought it would become a fitting thing. And another fact that since now they're going to be on their way, since now they're riding in this wagon, right? And she's asleep next to him. Little cuddle, right? And out of the sword, the Teacher, you could say, said that since she is young, she has a lot of growing up to do. But saying for if you could be there for a long time, she will grow up, right? And says that when she grows up, she's gonna be like a hot target for a lot of people, right? But first they're gonna have to go through me. So, which I thought was kind of a fun line. It's like when she grows up, she's going to be a hot target for a lot of people, but first, they're going to have to go through me. So, I thought that was not a fine line to say, though. Even though, because she is a little kid, though, but wielding this powerful sword, who can do all these crazy, now, who's basically OP now, can do all these skills, magic, self-regeneration, all these top-tier skills now. She can become a very powerful person now. But they said she will grow up, though. She will grow up to be a powerful warrior, wielding the sword, right? So, so the first episode of Reincarnated as a Sword, I'm already liking the show. The sword himself, which that's the thing with these guys, we don't know much about their backstory before they got sent to this other world, like time reincarnated as a slime or harem another world, in the labyrinth of another world, or Soul Spire Sowa, which in Soul Spire Sowa we did get some of those backstories of those students before they went to this fantasy world. But a lot of times, though, like or Reincarnated as a slime, the main character, like in the modern world, he was like stabbed and then before becoming a slime, right? But a lot of times they don't know much about the people before they get sent to the fantasy world, the isekai, before being isekai, you can say. Part of me wants to say how this guy, who is this guy before he became the sword, right? Which is an ordinary guy, or maybe was a target for something, and I don't know. But it just showed that he just got hit by a car, and then boom, became a sword now in another world. And this cat girl Fran, I'm slightly ditzy though, but she's determined to become strong though. So the two were together like teacher and student, That's why that was fitting name that he called her Teacher, but she called him Teacher, to teach him, teach her. So Reincarnated as a Sword, episode 1. I thought it was gonna be another interesting anime for me to watch. So I decided to cover this. We'll be covering this along with Spy Family, which that's gonna be up next, which I can't wait because I love Spy Family. So that's gonna be up after this video. And then after that, Chainsaw Man is going to come out later this month, so, but I can't wait to cover that too. But until then, and also Halloween month movie reviews are coming after I do Spy Family, and then go from there. So Reincarnated as a Sword. So far, I'm liking this. It's already the comedy. Already the comedy is there. The two characters I've enjoyed already. And I already give this a thumbs up, so it's going to be an interesting one to watch. So Reincarnated as a Sword, already enjoyable. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode review for Spy Family, and we'll see you on the next video.